Yo, what's up everyone? Feeper here with another patch note style video for you. I hope you're all enjoying the holiday season. I know I am. That's why this video has been late by 4 days for 5.18 here. But I'm going to mostly be talking about the PvP changes because this channel is primarily focused on PvP, but I'll briefly go over these battle system changes. So basically what they're doing is Savage is being unlocked, so everyone can get the gear for all their alts and things for the next raid tier. So you can just farm these endlessly. You no longer are capped per week. And then you can also, the reward from for normal is no longer capped as well, the Blades of Early Antiquity. And you can use the tokens from the 24-man to purchase the solvent and stuff to upgrade your 460 weapon to 470. So they're just making it easier to sort of gear up and get ready for the next raid tier. Do note that tombstones are still capped, and they will be capped for the rest of the expansion. Pretty standard stuff if you've been playing the game for a while, but let's get into the PvP actions here because that's what we really care about, right? So first up, they removed the rearward potion and they changed the vanward potion name to medical kit, and now all jobs have it. So if you were playing before, you know that the tanks and melee DPS had the vanward potion and that the healers and range DPS had the rearward potion. And the rearward potion healed you for less, essentially. So they just got rid of that. They gave everyone the more powerful potion. Still has 3 stacks, still works the same way off GCD. Just everyone has it now. And now next up, Ninja's getting some nerfs, which I definitely think is warranted. Although I don't know if these are exactly what I would have done. So Shikuchi, the barrier is now a 1000 potency instead of 2000 potency. You know, if they Shikuchi away, they're still going to be kind of like impossible to catch. But at least if you do catch them with like a well-timed weapon throw or something, or you can stun them, or someone's waiting, you can chase with a gap closer, at least they won't have a 2000 potency barrier on them anymore. So this is definitely a good change. Trick attack is now 15% damage increase instead of 20%. Definitely warranted, because if you trick attack someone before, I mean, everyone would just attack them, and like you could Blackest Night, and like if you blew like every defensive cooldown the tank has and the healer just AFK healed them, I mean, like maybe they'd live. But other than that, I mean, they would just die. So 5% will definitely help. It might need to be reduced down to 10, but then it might be too weak. I think 15 is a good middle ground for now. We'll have to see how it turns out. But Ill Wind is kind of the big thing here. So the silence duration has been reduced from 2 seconds to 1 second. Now, while this is good and it is a nerf, I don't really think this is what I would have done. I think what the ability needed was a reduction in the size of the cone and like the length of the cone. I think it's just too big. It's too easy to apply, but like it doesn't need to be hard to apply. I just think it's too big. I think it's just too easy to hit like the entire team with this. Although it being a 1 second silence now, you definitely still feel it, but it definitely isn't as big of a problem as it was before. It's just not what I would have done. It definitely feels better to fight a ninja now than it did before, but I still think Illwind is kind of OP, and should maybe see either like a reduction in the size of it, or maybe they could make it so that when you use it, your recast time is slightly longer, so you like almost miss an entire GCD. You can't just kind of use it whenever you want, and you have to be a little bit more tactical about it. I think that could be a cool change too. I doubt they'll really do either of those two things. So definitely still expect Ninja to be top tier melee DPS that you're going to see, but definitely not as dominant as it was before, which is good, especially with rank coming out. Oh, by the way, season 14 of Ranked is out, so that's hype. We'll get into that though. So Ninja nerfs overall going in the right direction. Just I think Illwind I would have done something differently, but that's just me. Now all of the range DPS health, so you know, Red Mage, Summoner, Black Mage, Dancer, Machinist, and Bard, they all got up from 1250 to 1500, so a 2500 health increase. This was definitely warranted. They were super easy to kill, honestly a little too easy to kill, especially with something like Trick Attack on them. So that's definitely good. Now the issue is that they also increased the healer health by 2500, and this is really the only thing in the patch that I genuinely have an issue with. I don't think that they needed to do this. I don't really think that healers were like dying too fast. Like, they're healers. I mean, they're honestly more tanky than tanks because they just heal everything. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that this was warranted and called for. I would like to see it reverted not the end of the world, but it's also kind of just like, why? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, healers were fine. So maybe they know something I don't, or maybe they got some feedback that I just am not privy to. I don't know, but I think that was a bit unwarranted. But moving on, as I said before, reward potion has been removed. Some dancer text has been updated. And then, like I said before, the feast season 14 has begun. However, the rewards are not ready yet for some reason. And so wolf collars basically aren't being awarded right now. I don't really understand this because, first off, I don't really get how the rewards aren't ready. Like, what were they doing, kind of thing? You know what I mean? I'm glad that the season is out because it gives people a reason to PvP and play the feast. Because before it was like, why? Sorry, there was a hair on my keyboard. It was kind of like, why play the feast? But now you just get people who, if the people who want to achieve ranks and get, in the top 100 are playing, which is great. But people who are just kind of playing it for the wolf collars aren't playing it, and then once the wolf collars come out, they'll play it, get their collars, get the weapons they want, and then just stop playing. Because I think what they're trying to do with this is make it so that people don't just get the collars now and cap them, and then just buy everything they want when the next season comes out, and then not actually play the feast. But that's kind of what's going to happen anyways. Because it's just like, if you don't play the feast, except for the rewards, well, then why play it now? Because there's no rewards. So either way, they're just going to end up with the people who actually want rankings, which is fine, but it just doesn't make any sense. So I guess the rewards really just aren't ready. But then it's like, what are the rewards? What, you know what I mean? I mean, titles and stuff are still there, but I don't know. It's just weird. Like, it's just strange. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Next up, there's some changes to Onshal Hakar. So basically, I don't know if any of you really played it too much because I don't really focus too much on the frontline modes. I care more about the feast. But basically, everyone was transferring to the same Grand Company and then just like queuing as that Grand Company. And they were just stopping matches because they were all organized and had comms, and people who were just solo queuing didn't. They were just stopping matches. And then the queues became really long because no one wants to just get stomped in 5 minutes and lose the game, especially when you're trying to get them out, which is like 99 wins or something crazy. So they made it so everyone's a freelancer. So even if your Grand Company is, say, Maelstrom, you could be playing as one of the other two. Now, it still counts for your actual Maelstrom, whatever Grand Company you are. It still counts towards them, even if you aren't actually playing as them in the front line. But overall, I know some people are kind of pissed about this, but I think it's a good thing. I mean, like, would you rather have no one play it, but you can do what you want, or not do what you want, but actually be able to play the match? You know what I mean? So I think it was a good change. It definitely needed to be done. And then the other thing is they changed some things with tactical points. So the tactical rating required to win, i.e. the number of points that you need to win, has been reduced from 1800 to 1600. I think this is good. I think sometimes the games just felt like they went on for like an extra 5 to 10 minutes. It was kind of just, sometimes it was like, it's just going on too long. I don't really want to be in here. I kind of want to start this match over. We're not going to be able to win, but we can't really get out of this yet. But I think that will sort of help that problem. And also the matches will just be faster in general. So I think that's good. But I do not like this next change. So they reduced the number of points that you get for killing someone from 10 to 8. And they reduced the number of points that you lose by dying from 10 to 8. So basically, before this patch, if you killed someone, your team got 10 tactical points, and then the other team lost 10. Now you gain 8, and they lost 8. It's only a difference of 4. So it's not crazy, but my issue with this more is that it promotes people not to fight as much and not to kill each other as much. Obviously, they're still going to, but it's more kind of like reading in between the lines here. You know, it promotes people to just sort of try and cap the points and not kill each other as much. And it's also harder. I mean, I think it's cool if you're, losing by a couple points and you can't get, say you can't cap the next thing, but if you got 4 kills, you would be able to win. Now that might be like 5 or 6 kills, and you might not be able to do that in time. So it just, to me, it seems like it just kind of for most people not to fight as much, which I don't think is good in a PvP mode, because like that's why you're playing it. So I don't really like that change, but again, it's only a difference of 4. It's not like the end of the world. It's just more of a reading in between the lines kind of thing. But that's basically it. Not a huge patch. Again, honestly, the only thing besides this change to the front lines, which I guess I don't really care too much about because I honestly don't really play front lines. I don't understand why they buffed the healer HP. I don't get it. I think the Medica Vanward Rearward Potion was a good idea. I think Ninja is in a better spot, although they're still kind of like everywhere. I think Ilwyn needs some sort of cone size change to it, but we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe they'll decide to hit Trick Attack again. It could bump it back down to 10. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But the range DPS change to their health was definitely warranted. Again, the healer one, I don't really know so much about. It's kind of like, I think it was necessary. But overall, I think it was a pretty good patch. I'm glad, even though you can't get wolf collars, I'm glad that ranked Season 14 is out, excuse me. Gives people more of a reason to play the Feast, which is great, because before it was like 60-minute queues, which is never fun. So hopefully I'll see you guys out there. If you guys like this video, then please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. It would really help me out and also keep the YouTube algorithm happy, because the algorithm is God. If you'd like to see me play Final Fantasy XIV live, as well as other games like Monster Hunter Iceborne once it comes out soon, I'll be streaming over at twitch.tv/feeper7. Link will be in the description. I'm also going to be streaming a bunch of ranked. And now that I've watched the Witcher TV show, I finally decided to go back and finish the DLCs that I never finished, never bought, I never even started. So I'm also going to be doing kind of like a Let's Play of those. I might put those up on the YouTube channel. I might not. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm doing all that stuff over on Twitch, so feel free to check me out over there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.